defined as any unwanted or useless materials. It is also known as rubbish, trash, refuse, garbage or junk. There are different types of waste, and it includes solid waste, liquid waste, gaseous waste, biodegradable waste, biomedical waste, chemical waste, commercial waste, construction waste, consumable waste, composite. That includes the plywood waste and all. Solid waste is defined as non-liquid, non-soluble materials ranging from municipal garbage to industrial waste that contain complex and sometimes hazardous substances. Solid waste are classified based on their source of origin, like the residential waste, commercial, institutional, municipal, industrial and agricultural waste. And based on their physical nature, they are classified as garbage, ashes, combustible and non-combustible waste, demolition and construction waste, and hazardous waste. Garbage includes the biodegradable food waste, and they include residual vegetable or animal waste resulting from the handling, preparation, cooking, and eating of foods. They are putrescible. Garbage also includes the biodegradable food waste, residual vegetable or animal waste resulting from the handling, preparation, cooking and eating of foods. They are putrescible means that it contains organic matter capable of being decomposed by microorganisms, especially in warm weather. And the main sources of garbage are houses, hotels, dairies, meat stalls. Combustible and non-combustible solid waste consist of paper, cardboard, plastics, textile, rubber, leather, wood, furniture, and garden trimmings. And the non-combustible solid waste includes glass, crockery, tin cans, ferrous and non-ferrous metals, and the main sources are from the households, offices, hotels, and markets. Ashes are the residues remaining after the burning of wood, coal, coke, and other combustible waste, and the sources are from fireplaces and kitchens of houses, hotels, and hostels. The demolition and construction waste include dirt, stones, concrete, bricks, pieces of plumbing and heating and electrical parts, and their source are from the demolition and construction of buildings. The industrial waste are specific for a specific industry. Their characteristics vary widely as inert, highly biodegradable, toxic, reactive, odorous, corrosive, hot, cold, colored, viscous, inflammable and dusty. And the sources include different types of industries and thermal power plants. Broadly, the solid waste are classified into three types. The household waste is generally classified as municipal waste and the industrial waste as hazardous waste. The biomedical waste or hospital waste as infectious waste. The municipal solid waste consists of household waste, construction and demolition debris, sanitation residue, and the waste from streets. And the household waste that can be categorized as hazardous waste include old batteries, shoe polish, paint tins, medicine bottles, clothes. And this chart shows the approximate time that is required by certain type of waste to degenerate. For example, for the organic waste such as vegetable and fruit, peels, leftover foodstuff, it only takes a week or two for the decay or the degeneration. For paper, it takes 10 to 30 days. For cotton cloth, it's 2 to 5 months. And for wood, it's 10 to 15 years. And when the waste is woolen items, it takes almost 1 year. For tin, aluminium and other metal items such as cans, it takes almost 100 to 500 years. And for the plastic bags, it's like 1 million year. And for the glass bottles, it's not even determined. Next one is a hazardous or industrial waste. Industrial is considered hazardous as they may contain toxic substances. Hazardous waste could be highly toxic to humans, animals, and plants. and also they are corrosive, highly inflammable or explosive, and they react when exposed to certain things, for example gases. In the industrial sector, the major generation of hazardous waste are the metal, chemical, paper, pesticide, dye, refining and rubber goods industries. Next one is the hospital waste or biochemical waste. Hospital waste is generated during the diagnosis, treatment or immunization of human beings or animals. It may include waste like sharp soil waste, disposables, discarded medicines, chemical waste. And this kind of waste is highly infectious and can be a serious threat to human health if not managed in a scientific and discriminate manner. It has been roughly estimated that of the 4 kg of waste generated in a hospital, at least 1 kg would be infected. So the major sources of solid waste are domestic, commercial, industrial, municipal and agricultural waste. The composition of a city waste is as follows, like 53% of it includes paper, wood, cardboard, and 22% is garbage, 10% is a ceramic, glass and crockery items, 8% metal and 7% rubber, plastic and discarded textiles. This is kind of a rough estimation. It varies depending upon each cities. Now let's see the causes of solid waste that is generated tremendously. The increase in the quantity of solid waste is due to overpopulation, material comfort or affluence, and the technological advancement. Solid waste is found to be hazardous to the health and it is having a significant environmental impact. If solid waste are not collected and allowed to accumulate, they may create unsanitary conditions. Many diseases like cholera, diarrhea, dysentery, plague, gastrointestinal diseases may spread and cause loss of human lives. In addition, improper handling of the solid waste is also health hazard for the workers who come in direct contact with the waste. Coming to the environmental impact, if the solid waste are not treated properly, decomposition and decay may not take place. The organic solid waste during decomposition may generate intolerable odors, and there is also groundwater pollution, air pollution and global warming. Now let's discuss about solid waste management. Waste management is a collection, transport, processing, recycling or disposal and monitoring of waste materials. The term usually relates to materials produced by human activity and is generally undertaken to reduce their effect on health and the environment. Waste management works on the principle of 4R concept. The 4 R's stands for refuse, reuse, recycle and reduce. So what's refuse? Instead of buying new containers from the market, use the ones that are in the house. Refuse to buy new items though you may think they are prettier than the ones you already have. Reuse. Do not throw away the soft drink cans or the bottles. Cover them with homemade paper or paint on them and use them as pencil stands or small vases. And recycle. Use shopping bags made of cloth or jute which can be used over and over again. And the last one is reduce, the generation of unnecessary waste. For example, carry your own shopping bag when you go to the market and put all your purchases directly into it. Coming to the control measures. The main purpose of solid waste management is to minimize the adverse effect on the environment, and the steps involved are collection of solid waste, disposal of solid waste, and utilization of solid waste. Let's see what's happening in the collection of solid waste. Collection of waste includes gathering the waste, transporting it to a centralized location and then moving into the site of disposal. The collected waste is then separated into hazardous and non-hazardous material. Next one is the disposal of solid waste. Before the final disposal of solid waste, it is processed to recover the usable resources and to improve the efficiency of the solid waste disposal system. The main processing technologies are compaction, combustion, and manual separation. Compaction. Disposing of waste in a landfill involves burying the waste, and this remains a common practice in most countries. Landfills were often established in abandoned or unused quarries, mining voids, and borrow pits. A landfill may also refer to the ground that has been filled in with soil and rocks instead of waste materials, so that it can be used for a specific purpose, such as for building houses. Landfill, also known as a dump or tip, is a site for disposal of waste materials by burial. Older, poorly designed or poorly managed landfills can create a number of adverse environmental impacts, such as wind-blown litter, attraction of vermin, and generation of liquid leachate. Sanitary landfills are designed to greatly reduce or eliminate the risk that waste disposal may pose to the public health and environmental quality. Landfilling is the oldest form of waste treatment. Waste is directly dumped into mining voids or borrow pits. Disposed waste is compacted and covered with soil. Gases generated by the decomposing waste materials are often burned to generate power. Landfilling can be done by three methods: trench method, area method, and ramp method. Let's see what's happening in trench method. The trench method consists of an excavated trench into which the solid waste are spread, compacted, and covered. The trench method is best suited for nearly level land where the water table is not near the surface. An area method is best suited for flat or gently sloping areas where some land depressions may exist. The waste are spread, compacted, and then covered. Finally, the ramp method. It is also known as the depression method. The slope or ramp is sometimes used in combination with other two methods. The waste are spread on an existing slope, compacted and covered. The advantages of landfill include that the site is a cheap waste disposal option. The gases given off by the landfill site could be collected and used for generating power. Lots of different types of waste can be disposed of by landfill in comparison to other waste disposal methods. Coming to the disadvantages of landfills, it can pollute air, water, and also the soil. Landfill can also contribute to the global warming. Next one is the combustion. There are mainly three types of combustion: incineration, gasification, and pyrolysis. It is a method in which solid organic wastes are subject to combustion so as to convert them into residue and gaseous product. Energy recovery is through complete oxidation in this process, and incineration is also known as thermal treatment. Incineration is carried out at high temperature and the waste material is converted into ash, flue gases, particulates, and heat. There are different types of incinerators like the moving grade, fixed grade, fluidized bed, and rotary kiln. Advantages of incineration include it requires less space and it is a hygienic process, and the disadvantages are it's an expensive process and special care is required for this. Next process is a gasification. In this, a partial oxidation process using air, pure oxygen, oxygen enriched air, or steam take place. In this, carbon is converted into syngas or synthesis gas. It is a fuel gas mixture consisting mainly of hydrogen, carbon monoxide, and some amount of carbon dioxide. It is more flexible than incineration and there is more public acceptance. Next process is by pyrolysis. It is a thermochemical decomposition of organic material at elevated temperature in the absence of oxygen. It involves the simultaneous change of chemical composition and physical phase, and it is irreversible. External heat source is employed and it yields gaseous, liquid and solid fractions. Next one is a manual separation. Waste separation is a process by which waste is separated into different elements. Separation can be classified as dry waste, which includes wood and related products, metals and glass; wet waste, which typically refers to organic waste, usually generated by eating. The engineered system for solid waste management consists of the following elements: waste collection into dustbins, on-site handling, storage and processing, transportation, processing, and finally the disposal. So now let's see in detail about the various methods for the treatment of the solid waste. With different types of waste, different treatment methods are applied, and these treatment process has been listed below. In this, few of them we have already discussed earlier, like the landfills and incineration. Other than that, there are methods like open dumps, anaerobic digestion, composting, vermicomposting, encapsulation. Open dumps. Open dumps refer to uncovered areas that are used to dump solid waste of all kinds. The waste is untreated and not segregated. It is a breeding ground for flies, rats and other insects that spread diseases. The rainwater runoff from these dumps contaminates nearby land and water, thereby spreading diseases. In some countries, open dumps are being phased out. Next method is encapsulation. In this, solid particulate waste material is coated with a thermosetting resin, which is compressed and cured to form a rigid core. The rigid core is coated with a flexible thermoplastic resin to provide a sealed encapsulated waste agglomerate which can withstand moderate compressive loads. Next one is a chemical processing that involves the chemical transformation or conversion of organic fraction of waste into various useful compounds such as glucose, synthetic oils, gases. For example, glucose is recovered from waste containing cellulose from paper waste. Next one is a biological processing. It involves processes like composting, anaerobic conversion, anaerobic fermentation and digestion. The products formed by these processes include compost, methane, various proteins, alcohols and a wide variety of intermediate organic products.